Hello, mathematicians. Today we are going to begin solving equations for a variable. This is something you did last year, and it is a skill that's going to be really important for you to know throughout your next few years of math. So we're going to start with solving one-step addition and subtraction problems. And our overall goal is always to get our variable or our letter alone. So if I had something like x plus 2 equals 5. I eventually want to get rid of this plus 2. I just want the x by itself. I want it to say x equals. It's very important that we understand that we must keep our equation balanced. So if you think of a balance here, the equation is in the middle. All right. What we do to one side of the equation, we must always do to the other. Otherwise, we will not be balanced. For instance, if I add 7 to this side, what do I have to do to this side of the equal sign? I must also add 7. So when I start manipulating my equations to get the variable alone, we have to remember that we must do the same thing to both sides. Now we are going to be getting rid of things. We want things to cancel out. So to undo an addition, what's the opposite of add? Subtract. So if I want to get rid of an add 2, we're going to have to subtract 2. If I want to get rid of an add 5, what would you do? Subtract 5. Same thing, undo a subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction? That's right, add. So if I want to get rid of a minus 3, we would have to add 3. Let's take a look at some of these problems. Our first example, a plus 7 equals 6. Now, you might know by looking at it what should go here. I still want you to show all the work and do this, even if you can see the answer, okay? Because eventually these are going to get harder. So here's my balance. So what I want us to do is just draw a line down there. That's our balance. That's our middle. So what I do over here, we must do over here. Okay. Let's find our variable. I want you to put a box around your variable. That's what I want to get by itself. Anything attached to the variable we have to get rid of. So attached to my variable, I have a plus 7. How do I get rid of a plus 7? I minus 7, and I'm going to do it right underneath. What I do to one side, we must do to the other. So I'm going to also have a minus 7 over here. I am now balanced because I did it on both sides. Plus 7 and a minus 7 are opposite, so they make 0 or cancel out, leaving just the a. 6 minus 7, change the sign. Change the neighbor. 6 plus negative 7 equals negative 1. A equals negative 1. My variable is alone, so I'm all set. Now, I want us to check this off to the side. We can check and make sure our answer is correct by plugging it back into the original answer. So if I look here, instead of a, I'm going to have negative 1 plus 7 equals 6. Right from the original problem. Instead of a, I put my answer, plus 7 equals negative 6. Is this true? What is negative 1 plus 7? 6 equals 6, which is true, so I know that we are correct. Try this one on your own. Okay. Locate our y. Make sure you balance this. Do one thing to both sides. Let's see how you did. This time, my 14 is out here, and this is a positive 14. How do I get rid of 14 things? Minus 14. And what I do to one side, I must do to the other. 14 minus 14 is 0. They cancel, so I'm left with y equals 20 minus 14, 6. Hopefully you plugged this back in to check. 14 plus y, and my answer was 6. Is 14 plus 6 equal 20? 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 equals 20. Yes, we know we did it right when we checked our answer. Nice job, mathematicians. Let's look at some more examples. Negative 7 plus y equals 8. This one is similar to the last one we did. However, when I put my box around my plus y, this time it's a minus 7 I want to get rid of, a negative 7 or a minus 7. How do I get rid of a minus 7? I add 7. To get rid of a minus 7, I'm going to add 7. Now I'm going to add 7 on this side, so on this side I must have an add 7 as well. Negative 7 plus 7 cancel out and make 0. So y equals 8 plus 7 is 15. Make sure to check your answer off to the side. Try number 4 on your own. All right, let's see how you did. Here is our equal sign, so there's my middle balance. Here's my variable, put a box around the variable. What do you need to get rid of? You need to get rid of what's with x, the minus 8. How do you get rid of a minus 8? Exactly, we add 8. And what we do to one side, we must do to the other. Minus 8 plus 8 makes 0. We're just left with x over here. There's nothing else over here besides our x. On this side, we have 12 plus 8, or 20. Okay. Let's go ahead and check our answer. 12 equals x. Instead of x, I'm going to put our answer of 20 minus 8. 20 minus 8 is 12 does equal 12, so I know we did not mess up. Now, if for some reason this didn't work out, we know we made a mistake and we have to go back and check our answer. Try number 5 on your own. All right, let's see how we did. There's our balance. And I have x, so I need to get rid of whatever's with the x on this side. I want to get rid of a minus 2. How do you get rid of a minus 2? Add 2. And what we do to one side, must do to the other. Remember, you have to keep that balance. You have to do it to both sides. Minus 2 and plus 2 together make 0. They cancel, so we're left with x equals 1 negative, 2 positives. Together we get x equals 1. Be sure to check your answer to make sure you didn't make a mistake. Nice job. Our last example today is a word problem. Now this combines what we've been doing the last couple days with writing equations, making it into an equation, changing it to a math problem. And then we're going to take it one step further today and then solve it. So Vivian practiced the piano for 32 minutes. So Vivian's time equals 32 minutes. She practiced 11 minutes less than her brother. Okay, so something about Vivian is she's practiced 11 minutes less than. Less than indicates that this is going to be which operation? A minus. Now, since she practiced 11 minutes less than her brother practiced more, so I got to start with how much her brother practiced. Minus 11. And all of that is going to equal 32. So Vivian was 11 minutes under her brother, or take 11 from her brother, and that equals the 32 minutes she practiced. This is what we've been doing the last couple days. We're going to take it one step further, and we're going to solve using the skills we just practiced. There's my variable. How do I get rid of a minus 11? Add 11. And what I do to one side, you must do to the other. Minus 11 and plus 11 cancel. We're left with B equals 43. So her brother practiced 43 in our label minutes. Now, some of you probably could have solved that with just the problem itself, but I would like you to write it out as an equation and practice getting rid of it on both sides. Nice job today, mathematicians.